Hello, hello everyone. This is part 3 of Demon Priest East, and this is the confrontation part 1. The priest arrives. The priest east with the bishop arrived back at the church, urged with the sanctifications in hand. Unaware of the other events that are currently ongoing at this time. They arrive at the steps. They arrive at the steps of the church carrying the sanctifications. However, when they arrive, they note something's off. Hmm. Hey, what do you think? What do you think's going on? Oh no, is there somebody that usually meets us here? Hmm. Yes, I suspect that something might be off. I recently, he recently asked me about moving in with him, but I'm not interested in that prospect. Hmm. Well, let's check inside. They head inside. They head inside to find what appears to be a body. My God, is that? No, it can't be. He heads inside. He arrives inside. Hmm. You know this man? Hmm. Might be. He was the first one to introduce me to the church. Uh, Word. It's like somebody put his face on wrong. Uh, Seriously though, we should get this fixed. Well, I normally would agree with you there. I unfortunately do not. To think we should assist this one. What the heck you mean? Hmm. Sorry, just my mind feels clouded. Hmm. That means something's here, and I have a feeling it don't like us being here. Hmm. They they observe around the room, wandering their eyes across the church floor. They see what appears to be a figure sitting in the pews. Hmm. Hang on, I haven't fully sanctified the church yet. Hey, he 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 quietly calls out. Excuse me. He calls out much louder. The figure stands up and turns around. His face encased in shadow in darkness. Just watching the two. All right, all right. I'm gonna ready my cross here. Cross here. Approach him. Slow. He approaches. He approaches the figure. Hmm. Who are you? The shadow. The shadow doesn't speak. What do you want? The shadow eventually. The shadow eventually moves, its back twisting in an unnatural manner. Are you gonna say something, or are you just gonna breathe at me? The fig the figure's transformation Asia finally stops, the shadow being much shorter than it looked, retaining its hunched back appearance. It then steps out of the shadows. They see what appears to be a man. What appears to be a man, and wearing what appears to be typical monk robes of the church monasteries. He looks on. He looks on to the priest. Ah, Father, I didn't think, I didn't think I could arrive here. Bishop, what's going on here? Ah, yes. I noted your complaints about the lack of assistance and decided, well, why not? Ought to gain help from one of the monks. He couldn't have come at a better time, of course. Hmm. Do you know what happened to this man? He shakes his head. Alas, alas, he was dead before I arrived. That means somebody got to him. But who? And why? Were they trying to send a message, or was he just in the way? Well, doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. We need to get him out. We need to get him up and out. This could be a bad omen. Oh, take it as a bad omen for us. Us be leaving here. Fair point. Not much choice now. The priest didn't realize. The priest didn't realize very much from the message. Likely of the body. He believed that it was probably one of the residents sending up a sign, a warning. But he doesn't entirely believe in ghosts. Nor does he believe in the values of these messages either. What the? What is it? Hey, come look at this. The bishop was pointing towards the basement stairs. Well, is that another one? Yeah. Not one of ours, though. I'd say this one was... I'd say this one walked here. Walked? What do you mean, walked? See, as in, someone killed this guy. This guy managed to get all the way over here before collapsing and dying. So what you're saying is... forgive me, Father. But perhaps I have reason to suspect that there's someone else here as well, in the basement. The basement? Yes, that might be possible. I mean, we haven't inspected that place ever since the previous priest came about. I agree. It's likely that the previous priest left behind some form of relics, cursed maybe. Somebody must have accidentally released them. It's possible, but we'll need to check for ourselves. Well, I'm coming with you since I discovered the dang thing. Then I can get some delectable caviar. Keep your caviar addictions to outside of work, please. I need to remind you I am your superior. No need to remind me, sir. Sir, just letting you know. Oh, how much that annoys me. Yeah, I know. Still, now's a good time as any to get in there. All three of them head down the stairs to the basement. As they arrive inside the basement, they see what appears to be a large ritual circle. Circle with various of artifacts inside. The candles appear to have been lit recently. Due to the lack of wax beading at the top. A whole ritual room. Why didn't we see this before? We must have been looked over the previous renovations. Or they ignored it. These walls look older than the church itself. Yes. Any ideas? What could have this been? Not really. Not really. Speaking of which, I never got your name. Father. Oh, yes, Father. Very well. My name is Ep.3. I'm sorry, what? What? Did you sneeze? Never mind. Just call me Hob. Hob it is. Right, so Hob, what are we looking at here? I know you monks have some sort of detectional power. What do we know? What do we know about this? Hob places his hands across the ritual circle. The ritual that was conducted here was over 16 years ago. I'd say this ritual room is much older than the original priest who came here. Likely in an old temple. To what specifically? To a demon. Demon. Maybe a Galatia? No. The circle's wrong. What kind of circle are we looking at here? I think we're looking at a sort of... He looks back at the circle. I think someone was trying to summon a sin to this earth. Impossible. That's... No, that can't be. It's impossible. It should be impossible. Someone was attempting it. Yes, it looks like they're almost done succeeding, too. Though it appears that someone taken them down. Must have been the Grittensburg Watch. There was a neighborhood watch around the area? Well, yes. When the church was first established at St. Grittensburg, I thought the neighborhood watch must have taken them down. It was likely probably used as a front. Or at least there was another building before the church that was used as a front. I don't know very much about the area. I don't know very much about it. But likely the previous priest likely found it. Now it was attempting another ritual of some sort. Or before the townspeople kicked him out. Threw him out due to embezzlement. The priest steps inside the circle. Circle, looking to see if we can take any of the artifacts. Ah, Father, be careful. Careful. Who knows what kind of primers these circles might have. I'm not sure what I'd feel about this. But it seems like I don't have a choice. If you are to discover who was attempting this summoning, or at the very least, who attempted to kill me, or potentially harm this church's reputation, you may have to use this circle. Are you insane? No way. We are not risking it. We're not risking you potentially turning to the dark side. What is this? What dark side? What do you mean? Never mind. You're playing with powers you don't understand. And when you do that, I'm not letting you go out of your way to have that happen to you. So you think it better for me to risk potentially being assassinated in my own church, than to potentially figure out the situation and a solution? Thought so. Regardless if you excommunicate me or not, I'm going in. With or without your help. You'll be going without. Out. I don't do these kind of things. I'm not doing this kind of thing. Like I said, I'm here to ordain the church, nothing more. Nothing more. Yeah. But judging from this circle, I'd say we're gonna need those rights. After. First, I must figure out what the plan was. Father, if I may interject. You may. I believe I have something that might be able to assist you to protect against the dark forces. He pulls out what appears to be a strange rope of silken colors. Colors typically red with bluish hues. However, it smells of what appears to be blood of extremely high tense iron. What's this supposed to do? Supposedly, it's meant to ward off the lesser demons, but it's theoretical at most. I don't know what's on the other side, but I have a feeling that it's the underworld itself. Afraid of a little fire? No, it's just... well... no one's visited the underworld in years, and I'm not about to be the first one to do it. And you probably shouldn't either. I've already had my encounter of demonic forces today. Hey, I agreed. I agree, but still, we need that information. This ritual is our only lead. Without it, we're pretty much going in dark and blind. Very well. I grant thee permission to use this. I just hope you know what you're doing. Be better than nothing. The priest walks into the ritual circle. As he does, he first sees black. Then the lights tend to adjust. He then it appears before what appears to be an ornate lobby. He sees statues of what appears to have been a woman. The statue appears to look provocative. The woman scantily dressed, her hands barely covering what is there. What manner of? Excuse me, sir. The priest turns around. You have to take a ticket. See who? The receptionist looks up at him. Take a ticket. He then looks back down. The priest takes a ticket. Wait there. He points to a sofa. The priest sits down on the sofa. The sofa appears to have satin seats with a leathery exterior. Feeling exterior. The chair itself appears to have gold embroidery with the same figure-like woman in different positions, as well as the chair having more unusual erotic designs carved into the very airy embroidery itself. He doesn't know whether it's actual wood or gold. He may see you now. The door opens to the right of him. The priest stands up and enters inside. He sees what appears to be an extremely large bed, heart-shaped bed. He sees what appears to be a man. Wearing with a dark-looking man, and sitting in the bed with numerous women and men across him. Whether it be that they were human or demon, it did not matter to him. He enjoyed every second of it. He was taking a drag of the cigarette. The many guests he had in ecstasy and bliss, sleeping, eating in tireless abandonment. So, you're the priest who's been using the ring. The priest looks at him in confusion. What ring? He sits up. Come on, my boy. You don't know my name. Come on. That sweet pleasure you feel when you lust after another. The priest thinks a little more than remembers. What? So the words of the monk were true. The monks. I'm familiar with them. I do not particularly like their lifestyles, but lust is but one minor segment of the whole. I'm assuming you're Asmodeus, the leader of lust. Bingo. He smiles at the statement. I would come over there and greet you, but I have a few guests. The guests he was proclaiming about shuffle throughout his bed. As the conversation continues. And I assume that Asmodeus, You are my assumed salvation while you're here. He just laughs at this statement. You haven't been paying attention, priest. And here I thought this was a friendly conversation. Friendly's got nothing to do with it. The priest would. The priest mutters under his breath. Come then. And I'm just a simple sin. Something everyone knows, loves, and enjoys. Then you care to explain the chaos caused by those who wish to give that love unwillingly. As Maurice's face, Ace scowls. Don't talk about the false all cities. Those, how would one put them? You see, my sin is that it is quite large. I quite enjoy this freedom. A tornado on the outside makes it look, well, not very welcoming to newcomers. And very specifically to those deemed my enemies, if you know what I mean. Enemies. Are you by chance? No. No, if that's what you were wondering. The pimp is not my enemy. The priest swears in his head. Well then. Anything else that does not involve any demonic incursions? Just one little thing. And that being, I noticed quite recently, I've felt something quite of interest. A ring of sorts. You wouldn't happen to still have it on you, would you? The priest shakes his head. No. I give it back to the man once I finished my job. Shame. I very much would have loved to see it. Because, you see, those kinds of tools are very, very illegal to be held outside of this realm. The priest looks confusion. What do you mean, illegal? The demon smiles. Someone didn't do their homework. The priest, he wipes his hands across his cassock. And you, sir, and you are trying to accuse me of stealing a ring. No. I got it off a demonologist. Well. Can't help it much there. Church would do anything these days to reduce the demonic incursions. But that's not my job now, is it? Or yours, for that matter. At least, not while you're here. How so? Well, you see, I've been looking for a little lost soul that, escaped my grasp. She doesn't have a name, but... Oh, I always remembered her face. I am not one to go demon collecting for you, Asmodeus. As a priest of the Vatican, skip the spiel. We know you're not here for just a friendly visit. Is it? The guests in his bed were starting to get restless. Don't worry, my dearies. I'll get back to you soon. Just let me finish this conversation. No. I need you to find this sinner. This sinner has escaped my grasp for a long time. Don't do it as a contract. How about as a favor? The priest is still hesitant, but decidedly agrees. Fine. Fine, but if word of this spreads at the Vatican, I will have no choice but to rescind our deal quite quickly. All I ask. No. The last place I've seen her is actually where the bishop is nearby. Say, he still has that caviar addiction, don't he? The priest. The priest scowls. I assume you know all about addiction, considering entering the other sins. Addiction, a vicious drug, but quite potent in the right doses. The priest turns around, about to leave out the door. Oh, and just one more thing. I can't just have you just wandering about searching every person's home. No, it would take too long, and much too auspicious for your tastes. The guests smile. The guests smile. The guests smile, knowing full well what's about to happen. Why don't you come closer, priest? The priest growls in disgust. I come anywhere near there, and I'll need a decontamination room. It's not a crime scene. Oh priest. Unless you want it to be. You and your disgusting innuendos. But in the end, it's all we have, do we not? The priest approaches Asmodeus. All right. What? The priest. Before the priest can fully react, anticipate, Asmodeus plunges his fingers into the priest's eyes. The priest does not feel any pain from this. No. In fact, he almost sees entirely, almost new. Asmodeus removes his fingers from his eyes. The priest's eyes blink in confusion. As his eyes adjust to the world around him. What'd you do to my sight? Blasted demon. Nothing you'd noticed right off the bat. Don't worry, once you find the sinner, you'll know. Ugh, stupid demons and their ploys. I'll keep that comment in mind. But I have to entertain my guests. You're free to leave. Leave if you so wish. But I'm going to enjoy my eternity. I hope yours is much more delightful. Then again, who could be more delightful in bed? Ugh. Disgusting freak. The priest leaves. He's at the front door. Not everyone's a winner. But alas, it's what we do with it that matters, not the tool itself. I wonder how Beelzebub's going to react. Oh, this will be fun. As the priest leaves out the door, he ends up right back where he was originally in the basement. The bishop's standing there, standing there with annoyance. I assume that you've made contact with the demon? Yes, I've done so. Bishop. Bishop. Not that you helped or anything. Making contact with the bishop, with the... Ugh. Look, you got me so upset I messed up my own words. Making contact with a demon. Demon is bad enough. But I noticed that the sigil is off. What did you make contact with? The priest, he's contemplating whether to tell him about Asmodeus. Asmodeus, the cardinal sin of lust. Asmodeus? In this church? Impossible. Impossible. We have not had any allegations of such acts here. Actually, I found him quite more reasonable. Reasonable than the Vatican. Albeit I'm still auspicious of him, but slightly less so. Less so now that he's explained himself. And I assume this demon wants a favor from you. Tried to get a deal out of you. Not a deal, a favor, more like. He's looking for a sinner. A sinner, specifically. That is unusual. Very well. I am granting you permission. As a bishop in this region, I am granting you permission to investigate the area. Areas assigned to my jurisdiction. Mission to find this sinner. Go no further. I cannot assist you if your investigation extends outwards. I'll have no way of contacting you, and I cannot deny or proclaim any of your acts outside of those areas. And here I thought you were going to argue with me. Last time I tried arguing with a demon, it ended poorly. Don't remind me. Remind me of that exorcism. It was only your first exorcism. It was only our first exorcism. We didn't realize it was such a high demon. High demon. Demon is not the problem here. The priest scowls at the bishop. The bishop drops the topic as quickly as it was brought up. Alright. Monk. Can we do anything about sealing this sigil? The monk shakes his head. Not really. Not without some serious holy forces. Then I guess it will remain. Here it will remain. I'll have to seal it off temporarily until that sinner is dealt with. Do not kill her, though. I wish for you to bring her to the constabulary in the area. I thought you hated constabulary. I hate them about as much as any bishop, but we have no choice. We can. If this person is indeed a sinner, she will likely try to fight back. Fight back with extreme violence should we try to bring her anywhere near an Asmodeus portal. The priest looks at the Asmodeus sigil before returning back to the bishop. So, we're not bringing her here, then? No, if rumors spread that a girl went missing around our church, you'll have worse problems to deal with than the residents. Noted. So, the constabulary, then. The constabulary. I believe I shall leave you to your work. For now, I have a caviar marathon and Judge Judy's on. I thought you were on something else. Thought you were on court justice videos. I am. But Judy's better. I'd still recommend sticking with just the justice videos. You and your criticisms of videos, entertainment. Says the man who eats caviar all day. Bah. You continue. They head back. They head outside of the basement, the monk closing the door behind them. Behind them, temporarily sealing it up. Sealing it up with tape. With tape and locking it. They head out. So, what's our plan now? Now is on you. I cannot assist you with finding this sinner, for I do not have the tools to assist me. To assist me or you. I, however, as I said, I cannot do anything for you, or you any more outside of this. I hope that the residents in my jurisdiction treat you far better than the ones here. I'll say farewell to thee. Farewell to thee. And, of course, unto God. Unto God. The bishop leaves the area. The bishop leaves in his car. Or as the priest starts heading. As the priest grabs a taxi to the nearby jurisdiction. To the rest of the bishop's jurisdiction. Meanwhile, with Dan. The pulsing beats in heavy lights of the brothel. Arthur runs into full steam. Dan appears to be sitting in the corner smoking a cigar. It's still roughly early in the afternoon, meaning that the place is mostly empty, except for a few customers here and there. That consume the products, legal and illegal. Dan simply waits in the corner, watching to make sure nothing goes wrong. A man wearing a leather jacket, back in a dark clothing approaches him. He appears to be hiding his right arm inside of his jacket pocket. What seems to be the problem? Dan, listen. You know that warehouse you wanted? Did something get complicated? Complicated? Yeah. Try worse than that. What's worse than a complication? You didn't tell me that the Lord of the Flies was there. Lord of Flies? That name sounds familiar. Elaborate what happened to me. What happened? What happened in detail? Well, it all started when we busted down the door. Or we were looking around for all the workers. There weren't any. There weren't any workers. There was just some. Please do not yawn again in my presence. Sorry, sir. It was supposed to be a simple job, we thought. There was supposed to be just some workers. We just escorted them out. How to set up another part of our operations there. But when we got there, we saw two men. These two men, and were wearing fly masks, man. We weren't sure what was going on here. That was until a man in a suit approached us. He effectively asked us to leave. We said we were here to boot him off the area. Well, he didn't take too kindly to that. The men I came here with, one of them got torn apart by flies. Eyes. I mean, literally, they came out of his body. Or the other two, they never stood a chance. Ants. I was able to get out with a broken arm. This is troublesome. Dan adjusts his glasses. Thank you for your report. Unfortunately, I'll need you to do something else for me. Anything that doesn't involve all of that fly again. I suggest you watch your tone. The last person that disobeyed me is dead on the 5th floor. Noted, sir. Good. I need you. I need you to find a priest. The priest at that new church that opened up? That one, yes. I need you to find him and get some information for me. Information? On what? He tried to hide his yawn, but did so poorly. Dan axed him in the leg with the back of his cane. I once again remind you not to yawn in my presence. Got it. So, I assume. So, I want you to find the priest. Find the priest. He should be around the area still. If he's not there, drop off. I need you to drop off the file. You mean the file of the previous priest's jurisdiction? Yes. Yes. While tithe can do so much against a priest, it'll only ward off any unwanted rumors. It's not going to stop him from attempting anything else. So, what about the other project? Let's not worry about that for right now. The project is safely outside of our jurisdiction. We won't have to worry about that one for a while. Still, the flies, man. What do we do about them? Nothing for now. Nothing we can do to him physically. Not without setting off an entire war. War we don't want. Very well then. I'll follow your command to the letter. Enter and deliver the file. Well, if he's not there. Thank you. The man in leather. The goon walks out. Walks out of the brothel. Dad sits there waiting, smoking his cigar, wondering in his head if fighting Beelzebub up front is a good idea. He slowly wonders to himself if he can indeed outsmart Beelzebub in his own game. The Beelzebub clubs have been opening up left and right. Some of them only shutting down due to health code violations or even deaths. Dan has only been able to do so much against him, but he fears that he's waning. He looks over to the girls working the front. Nothing much he can do about it now. All he can do is sit and wait. Wait for the priest to arrive, or at the very least to try to assist him, if he can. Can't even do that anymore. The priest arrives in an area. The priest arrives at the constabulary. The constabulary here are partially run by the Vatican. Vatican with Vatican resources. However, they aren't an official affiliate of the Vatican due to numerous demonologists working under them. He arrives inside, finding the same demonologist he met earlier that gave him the ring. Before. Priest. I'd figured you'd not gone anywhere near here. I got a lot of problems today. That require your assistance. What's it this time? Made a deal with a demon you want to take back? No, actually. Looking for a sinner of Asmodeus. That is unusual. I haven't heard of any rumors of a sinner of Asmodeus in the area in a while, actually. Say, priest, Hmm. You wouldn't happen to have met Asmodeus, would you? Hmm. And why is that? 'Cause if it is a sinner of Asmodeus, then I think Asmodeus neglected to tell you something more than he thought. Or at the very least, if he did tell you, you weren't paying attention out of arrogance. Uh, that being, you will not be able to take down a sinner on your own. If you're stupid enough to try to fight a sinner without any form of demonic ring, or at least some, demonic power, then you are just as blind and daft as the angels above. I thought angels didn't exist. Sarcasm and fairy tale. You're only delaying the inevitable. Inevitable if you decide, should you decide to just go on this chase. Chase without the proper equipment. Hmm, true. I have not yet gotten such equipment. Ugh, tired. Ugh. Honestly, when you work as a demonologist, your work is tireless. I'm surprised you yourself are not exhausted, priest. I have my ways. Faith is a powerful thing, I suppose. Now, then, follow me. I believe we need to get you properly equipped. Hipped. He heads back. He heads to a door. He heads to a door near the front desk. The priest looks around. The priest looks around. He wasn't really paying attention before, as he only really had a goal and a focus. But looking around now, he sees that the constabulary looks similar. He looks similar to that of the typical police station in London Yard, in Scotland Yard. However, it has been heavily changed and modified. To function more as an archives, at least in this stage of the room. The priest continues to the door where the demonologist gestured to earlier. They both walk down it. The demonologist heading down first, and the priest walking behind. After arriving at the bottom set of the stairs and the lights turning on, they arrive to a basement. A basement that contains what appears to be that contains several tables, each with rings and a weapon. Specifically, however, these weapons appear to have been modified heavily, not looking like the traditional guns typically seen on the streets. Even the priest was confused. Something unusual, priest. Yes, these weapons look to be heavily modified. A new street thing, perhaps? No. All weapons made here are entirely by the method of constabulary. And I assume that the constabulary has the resources and funds to make this. Correct. So, I assume that you are going to use these items to help me with my sinner problem, then. No. As I said, I'm only here to equip you for the journey. I'm not here to solve your problems for you. I hope you know how to use a gun. As for the ring, you've only likely seen one part of it. Not everything has to be reactionary, priest. Not everything. No. Some demonic powers can be used for the benefits of good and the holy, but you just have to learn how to attune yourself to its power. Isn't that dangerous? I've heard of attunement. The idea that you can attune yourself to a demonic energy. A foolish and laudable task. Laudable, yes, but not useless in what you might be thinking. It's better. It's better to have yourself equipped than to be empty and, well, dead. I see. And I assume I am to pick any one of these rings. No. No. Quite interesting. In all honesty, you did not pick the ring. The ring I gave you was only for a temporary amount of time anyway. No. If a demon does not particularly like you, that ring is not exactly going to help you out. How ironic. I must play nice with demonic forces. Better to play nice with them than to not play with them at all. No truer words from demonologist. What can I do? It's my work. So, oh then, how does the ring choose me? Choose? Nah. Nah, it doesn't work like that. This ain't no fantasy movie. Fantasy movie, well, the ring will just call itself to you. You'll know once you look at them. Hmm. The priest, the priest looks over at the rings. He notices one odd ring, a ring that appears to be heavily tarnished. He grabs it immediately. Ah, that one is unusual. I think you remember the demon. I don't remember the demon's name exactly. I think this one was a nameless. A nameless demon. That is unusual. Yeah, heard the demon. Yeah, I've heard through the grapevine that nameless demons are effectively, well, demons that lost their names, either by chance or just pure coincidence. Or this one was simply born without it. Born without a name. Huh. Unlikely. Everybody's born with a name. But what if you were not? Can't say. Don't have an answer for that one. Hmm. Well then, the priest puts upon the ring. Puts the ring upon his ring finger. He doesn't feel anything from its effects. However, the tarnishedness from the ring, however, did disappear from its luster. You could see a strange silvery shine, eye to its cause, Oz in the light. Would it benefit his holy mission, or would it try to destroy him? The priest thought to himself. Hmm. Well, like I said, you need a weapon. I'm not exactly carrying a license here. Yeah. Like I said, these weapons are nothing but ordinary. Or anything but ordinary. You'll need one. You'll need one of these if you actually want to hurt them. Hurt a sinner. Or at the very least take him down without spending several hours using 60 different rounds. And, and if I may inquire, why these particular weapons? Simple. Simple. Sinners are made from the underworld. Or at the very least, they're infused with underworld energy. Energy when they're first sent to the underworld. If a sinner were to, let's say, escape, then that energy would remain with them. So, in order to send them back, you would need something to first dispel that energy. It's theoretical. These weapons are mostly theoretical, though. Theoretical, so they might not even work. You misunderstand. Theoretical as in theoretical as in while we had while the tests using it were successful, we have not seen it in action. We have not actively seen it in action. We know they work, granted, but we have not seen them in a live fire demonstration.
We've only seen them in heavily controlled settings. Settings we controlled, but we have not seen them in an active live environment. So what you're saying is, I could be just as screwed over as the other guy. As a normal person if I don't test this thing properly. Correct. The priest was already getting annoyed. I'd rather not rely on the unreliability of a weapon that could potentially destroy me. Destroy me just as quickly as my opponent. I'd rather rely on something more reliable. The rings have already proved to be reliable enough in that one instance. It may provide to be doing so again. Are you sure? I I mean, I'm not questioning your opinion, but still, even most expert demonologists would not actively use only the rings. You gotta use something else with it. Well, I believe it's true. Rousseau, I still believe that a weapon would also just draw more attention to myself. I'd rather not be the priest with the criminal record on hand. The Vatican. I'm already on thin ice with the Vatican as is with my own little outburst from earlier. I'd rather not push it. Here I thought you were in high faiths with the Vatican. Not since recent events. Uh, well, like I said, you have your resources. You have your ring, so I can't really stop you if you decide to want to pursue this sinner and on your own. Though, word of advice, if you're searching for an Asmodeus sinner, try looking in areas of high amounts of lust. Lust in the area. Maybe a brothel or something. Hmm. If it wasn't a brothel, I would have checked Dan's place already. No, this one is trying to actively avoid Asmodeus. Avoid him. That means something's up. I cannot say for sure. My only goal is to find them, and get to get Asmodeus off my back. That is all. Fine by me. I won't say any more. The priest heads out of the constabulary, fidgeting with the ring he has upon his finger. What are you? What are you named? Hmm. I don't think it matters much to me right now. But I will find out later. Tell more about you later. Perhaps in another time. He continues onward. Through searching, earning the cities, through searching, urging the bishop's jurisdiction. City, looking around the buildings and apartments. He notices something off, though. He notices almost an aura coming from one of the apartments. Hang on. This is... He looks over. What appears to be an apartment tenement. He approaches the tenement and notices a signage. It reads, St. Mangroves. Mangroves, a tenement housing. Housing for the abandoned. The abandoned. Simply ring. If you need to be let in. If you are a visitor, please ring. Please ring apartment 4. So, the priest does so. The priest rings apartment 4. Or, a woman comes across. A woman comes on the speaker. Yes? Who is this? Yes, I am a priest in the area. I was hoping to do a home visit of one of your tenants. Oh. Well, I'm afraid we don't need your services right now. Well, unless there was something else I could help you with. He was wondering what he could think of to get into the tenement building. I'm here to drop off some supplies for one of the tenants. I'm afraid they aren't available. They weren't available to collect it. Oh, well, I'll just let you in. A buzzer rings out as the door unlocks. The priest enters. As they enter inside, and head up the stairs, the order becomes stronger as he starts climbing up the stairs. Floor 1, floor 2. As he hits floor 3, the aura is at its strongest. Longest. It appears that this apartment is it. Apartment 5. He knocks on the door. Hello? Is anyone in there? No answer. Hello? Knocks again. Knocks again. Suddenly, he hears a door open. And sees a woman walking upstairs. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, dear. She isn't it right now. Hmm. How so? Well, you see, she apparently decided to take a vacation. She apparently decided to, She was apparently looking for an excuse. She mentioned vacation, but appeared to have stopped mid-sentence. Are you all right, ma'am? You noticed something was off with her. Off with her. She was looking up, constantly veering off to the side, fidgeting her hands. Do you want me to go? Do you want me to take you back downstairs? No, no, it's okay, it's okay. Just, let's see, why did she leave out her apartment again? She murmurs to herself. Uh, she continues murmuring. He realizes that she's completely lost in thought. It doesn't look like she'll be much help. This what to do. He pulls out his rosary. Rosary with the metal of the cross. He looks upon its metal design. Fine. Fine. Metal design. He also pulls out what appears to have been an old pin. Old pin that appears to be bent. And using the cross as a lever and the pin as a pick. He picks the door, or open. He picks the door, or unlocked, but leaves it closed. The woman was still continuously lost in thought, having not entirely noticed at all what the priestess did. She shakes her head. Sorry, dearie, my memory's not what it used to be. I think I'll just head back downstairs. I hope she arrives back soon. She then heads back to her room. As she does so, also the priest enters inside. The room. Ugh, this room is covered in dust. Almost as if nobody's moved in here for years. He continues entering inside. He notices what appears to have been a woman in the corner. Blonde. Beautiful. Blonde and beautiful. Appearing to be naked across corpses. Several corpses. She is silent. Quiet. The priest. The priest looks upon, almost ready for a fight. Alright. That is all of part 1. I will see you later for part 2.